In April of 2001, my parishioners and I began the process of building a new church for St. John Vianney Parish. Our community had outgrown the church built by my predecessor, and we needed a larger church to house the growing community. We raised the necessary funds, did a lot of planning, and eventually broke ground for the new structure on Palm Sunday. All the families of the parish were invited to paint their family name on a stone and then place the stone in a large hole that had been dug at the actual spot where the altar would one day be placed in the sanctuary. It took about 14 months for the church building to be completed, and it was on Father's Day in 2002 that I was able to celebrate Mass for the first time in this new church. I stood at the altar to celebrate Mass, and I remembered the stones below me as I looked out at my community in front of me, the living stones who build up the body of Christ. At that Mass, we had a solemn procession as I carried the Eucharist from the tabernacle of the old church and placed it in the tabernacle of the new church. The Son of God and His people had a new home in Mentor, and we rejoiced to have a new place to celebrate Mass and to worship our Lord. In today's first reading, King David wants to build a house for God, and he begins to make plans to do so. He is told by the prophet Nathan that God does not want him to build a house for him. God is content to dwell in his tent. And instead, God wishes to build a house for David by raising up an heir after him whose kingdom will last forever. St. Luke tells us in the Gospel that this prophecy was fulfilled when the Blessed Virgin Mary said yes to God's plan to send His Son to be Emmanuel, God with us. Mary's womb becomes the house for the Son of God. In less than 4 days, we will celebrate the feast of His birth. During these last days of Advent, we prepare to celebrate His birth by saying yes to what God might ask us to do, and by welcoming Him into our homes. You do so right now, by listening to this Mass on the radio, or by watching it on your TV. You are united to Christ and to thousands of other Christians throughout the diocese who are doing the same thing. Through your spiritual communion, you are in union with Christ and with the Church. You welcome Christ, the light of the world, into your home when you look at the lights on your Christmas tree and reflect how people who walked in darkness have now seen a great light. You welcome Christ into your home when you open up your Christmas cards and display them, and you say a prayer thanking God for the gift of His Son and for the gift of friends. You welcome Christ into your home when you open the doors of your heart and your home to family and friends who will visit you during the holidays. Let us all continue to say yes to God, and may your home be filled with the presence of His Son throughout this holiday season.